Hey guys! Welcome back to the 2Gay BFFs channel. I am si MC Matthew.
And I'm MC JMCJ.
And today, we're here with the one and only...
A fan of a fan.
Imagining you're the point of reference of your favorite band. You're the Xiao Chua. You're the historian of the P-pop legend.
And his well-loved documentaries is so respected, so well-loved among the 18 community. And he even got the chance to meet them. Oh my God!
Ah, and we're gonna talk about that here. But first, let's introduce Mr. Casual Chuck!
Hey guys! Yeah, I'm Uncle Chuck. That was a legendary intro. I mean, I didn't expect that, but I appreciate it. But yeah, how do we do this?
Wow, ever so humble, Casual Chuck with 123,000 subscribers.
Oh my gosh.
And you're celebrating your 1 year of being 100K subscriber. How does the silver play button feel, Mr. Chuck?
Has it already been 1 year? I haven't really thought about it. You tracked it?
Yes.
Wow.
You posted it on November 25, 2024.
Oh, it's been a year.
Yeah.
Uy, you've been snooping around my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You researched.
Yeah, tama. Ay, grabe. But I don't feel like I deserve to be researched, you know. I'm just a fan. But, you know, basta, nakakatuwa at nakaka-humble din. So, I really appreciate you guys na nag-effort kayo sa interview na to. I can feel that actually. Yeah.
Have you received your silver play button? Did you receive it?
Yes, it's right here. I'm not sure if you see it, but it's I can grab it for you.
Paano to? Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
Oh, we can see it. That's so beautiful. It's like a mirror. It's a mirror.
It's like a mirror.
How was the feeling when you first received the silver play button?
It was unreal for sure, and it made me. I think the feeling is a little overrated, pero it has been my goal for the longest time, like most creators do, like you guys, right?
Yes.
And everybody. And it's the first ever plaque that you receive from YouTube, right? So it really was a milestone for me. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. So yeah.
Yeah. So, Uncle Chuck,
Let's get casual and personal. The casual interview.
yes. Well, our first question is, who is your number one chocolatey buddy? No, I'm just kidding.
Your number one chocolatey body. My chocolatey body.
Okay.
So how did you start with content creation? Like what course did you take during your college years?
I actually did not finish college. I only had 1.5 years of college.
Really?
Because I wasn't a very good student. Medyo bulak-bulak ko eh.
Ooh.
Back in the day. I really like video games. So most of the time, as computer shop ako. And, you know, it's something that I regret. But if I think about it, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here, right? So if you will ask me if I still have plans to continue it, I don't think I have plans anymore. It's like I have a family already, and my main focus is on them. So, yun. But my course was BSIT, Information Technology, more about computers. So, yeah, there. Actually, yes. I started with Windows Movie Maker. And I
the
really...
legendary. With Windows.
Yes, XP. That's the operating system that naabutan ko. So, I enjoyed it. The first time I did it, I really enjoyed it. But I really didn't pay attention. I just was editing random things, random videos, mga classmates ko and all that. Nothing special. And I just sort of forgot about it. But when I started, like after the first semester, medyo nabalikan ko siya, but still not focused.
Okay. Uy, listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Uy, nasagot. Listen.
So you just studied, or was it always your plan to do content creation?
No, not really. Was planning to. I just choose I chose BSIT because it was trending back then. It's like, BSIT will get a job easily, you know. It's in demand abroad and all that. That's just really the main reason. But my original plan was to draw, like anything about visual arts, fine arts even, because I like drawing since I was a kid. But hindi siya, a lot of people say na if you dive into art, there's no money, especially in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, BSIT it is.
How about being in front of camera? You told us that your passion was in visual arts, but how about in being in front of the camera and talking to, like, in public? What was your experience?
I am a very awkward person, introvert. I prefer not to be in crowds. You know, I like to be alone. I don't really go out that much. So even today, like when I go to concerts, I don't really talk to people. People just approach me. But of course, I will talk to them when they talk to me. But I don't like approach people and tell them stuff. They let them approach me first. So ayun.
So on that fateful day in 2021, what pushed you to do the content creation?
2021 was the pandemic days, right? The pandemic year, right? Back in the day, I was in a call center job. When the pandemic happened, we were asked to go home, bring the computer with us. And when everything shut down, right, there's no jeepney, you cannot commute at all. Everything got shut down. So we had to like go home, bring the computer with us. I walked from Ortigas to Taguig with my computer. And anyway, I got stuck working from home after the pandemic. And then I'm not the richest person, you know. I'm just trying to make it in life, you know, breaking even every day. And I was thinking about, you know, trying to get an extra hustle, right? And reaction videos has been so trending dahil dun sa pandemic, diba?
Yeah.
People are stuck online, and I come across a reaction video of Easy Mills, a Filipino rapper. Yes, I became a fan instantly when I saw that Wishbus performance, and then I started watching reaction videos, and then I noticed that, hey, this might be something I might enjoy doing. So I decided to start my own reaction channel, and then started reacting to Easy Mill. And yeah, that's how it started.
Can you think of any inspirations or channels that you really started to watch during the pandemic?
That's a really good question, and that's true. I got inspired by a lot of these reactors. The first one that inspired me are Valeska Mefra. Yeah, I really like the way they do their reactions. I'm a huge fan. They're pretty much the main reason why I became a reactor.
What type of content do they react to?
Filipino content. Actually, they don't just international content. Like they react to Indian music, anything Asia.
Okay.
They react to anything and everything around the world. So yeah, they inspired me. Who else? Knox Hill. The way he breaks down bars, it's really intellectual and smart, and I got inspired as well by Knox Hill. So yeah, those two reactors are pretty much the reason why.
How did it feel that day that you turned on your camera and you said to yourself that I'm gonna start my YouTube channel? How did that feel?
My goodness, that first video was so cringe. Like every time I go back and watch it, it's just...
What is up, y'all? My name is Casual Chuck, and you're watching my very first video.
Yeah, so many mistakes, you know.
Anyway, I'm actually a pretty shy person, you know. That's how most of my friends would describe me, no cap. But whatever, this is my dream, and I'm finally doing it.
So many cringe moments, but we all start somewhere, you know, and we learn to... At least I learned to appreciate how I started. I used my crappy mobile phone as a webcam. I didn't have a webcam. Remember, I said earlier that I took my office computer home, right? What I did was I reformatted that computer in secret and used it for content creation.
So they can track what you're doing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, after shift, yeah, that's what I would do. Use the computer, the same computer, in content creation, and you know, that's what jump started me. So It's like if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of aspiring content creators na I gotta have good I gotta have good gear to start,
Mm-mm.
you know. But really what matters is you start, you know, with whatever you have.
That's so true. Sobrang agree, no?
Mm-mm.
Na
And-
you just need your passion to do something that you love.
So, Sir Casual, you started with rap reactions, right?
Tama.
Yeah. And then, how did you become a fan of SB19? Like, how did that journey started?
I have been seeing them in my feed. They were trending back then. I just ignored them at first. But when I was reacting to Easy Meal, a lot of people are saying, react nga dito, react nga. So I tried it. I tried reacting to their performance in ASAP. It was All Out Sundays actually performance. That's my very first reaction to SB19, and it impressed me. Like wow, meron pa lang tayong ganito.
Yeah.
Akala ko nga Koreano.
I'm gonna be reacting to SB19 for the first time. I don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to K-pop. The only K-pop artists I know are only two, Blackpink and 21, and that's it. So I'm a dummy when it comes to this type of music. But I have decided to expose myself more to that type of music.
Sa Pinoy music scene noong 2018?
Wait, Pinoy music scene 2018? They're Filipino? I just found out that they're Filipino like right now, literally, guys. And this upsets me because I am a Filipino myself. This is what I get for not checking them out. Like, I always see them on the front page of my YouTube, and I just didn't bother because, boy bands are just not my thing, especially K-pop, because I assume that they are K-pop.
When people suggested it to me, akala ko K-pop siya. Tapos nagulat ako ASAP. Tapos when they were introducing them, it's like, well, first Filipino boy band who did this, who got it at these awards and all that. So I was like, Pinoy pala to. So na-excite ako, and then when I saw their performance, wow, it was definitely impressive, and I became an instant fan. And yeah, I didn't know that we had that level of talent here in the Philippines.
Wow, I'm finally here. Nandito na ako sa wakas. Tangina, guys. But ngayon ko lang sila nakita. Kasalanan ko rin kasi hindi ko sila kiniklik eh. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Holy shit, this is just fire, like from the beginning. And I don't think the hook has begun yet, but holy shit, this is freaking fire.
I just want to ask, na curious ako. So, nung in-upload mo yung Easy Meal video, when did your channel start gaining traction? Like, did your first Easy Meal video blow up kagad?
No, what the heck? Those are the lowest view counts I've ever had. Yes, I would be happy if it passes 100 views, to be honest with you. And, we need to reach just 1K views. I'm over the clouds already. So, those were the moments, I think IDK of Easy Meal was the one that got some traction. But, that traction is like what? 1K views, 2K views? I'm so happy already. Sa SB19 talaga nag-take off. Yung very first reaction ko, for some reason, a lot of people enjoyed my first reaction, the way I reacted to it. So, ayun.
Similar story.
Yeah.
We were on a P-pop journey that month, like P-pop month.
Yeah, we reacted to BB, and then I suggested that we
react to SB19.
I was like,
Sorry.
so curious because sobrang dami agad ng views nung Damn music video during the first few days.
Good.
Yeah, it was so good, and then we started to react to it, and then a lot of people enjoyed our reaction, and now we're here.
Now we're here.
That's good.
So, now that you've shared how you became an SB19 fan and I guess reactor, how did the idea for the documentaries come about? Did you have the idea when you were already a fan, or did you already have that in mind when you started reacting to their videos?
No, not at all. I mean, I tried several things. Like when you're a content creator, you would try everything to get noticed, right? Like everything. Kasi nga, the space has become so saturated with content creators, different content. It's just so hard to stand out, right? So, hindi ko naisip yun. I was trying different things until nag-arrive ako doon sa documentaries. I tried showing SB19 to random Omegle people, if you know Omegle.
Yeah.
I would show SB19 to them, like, oh, check out this boy band, blah, blah, blah. Nagka-traction din yun. But, I also, tinry ko rin introduce yung SB19 sa mga co-workers ko. Tapos I went to SB19 events, mga small events, fan meet, and then I went to do a little bit of interviews there. Kahit introvert tayo, tinry natin, right? Tapos I came across some documentaries from K-pop. Like, Mrs. ko, fan ng Blackpink, right? Yes. So I come across her watching a documentary of Blackpink, and I was like, oh, okay, may ganito pala. I might be able to do this with my skills. Kasi Windows Movie Maker nga, diba? Pero wala pa akong ibang alam na software nun. But so I decided to start one, you know, pang surprise lang sa mga viewer. I decided to do it, and nag-search ako, what's the easiest editing software? Tapos yun, Filmora yung sinuggest ng Google. So yun yung pinag-aralan ko, Filmora, kasi ang dali lang niya. Actually, parang Windows Movie Maker lang. So that's how it started. I created my first ever documentary. It's called If You Hate SB19, Watch This. That's the one I created, and medyo nag-ano siya.
Nag-blow up.
Na-appreciate siya ng fan base, and I was like, oh, okay, tuloy natin to. So yan, sunod-sunod na siya.
So, about your documentaries, how long does the editing or the concept, or parang from start to finish, how long does it usually take for you to make those kind of videos?
It depends on the topic, and it depends on the time that is available to you. Sometimes 5 hours lang pwede ikaw mag-work, sometimes 2 hours lang, right? But there are times na pag buong, like, sunod-sunod buong, like, my whole week is wide open. I can finish one in 3 to 4 days. Yung Vengeance took me 3 days. But, ano yun? Halos walang tulugan yun.
Really?
The first one, how long did it take you for the first one?
The first one was even quicker kasi nga maikli lang naman yun, how they got formed, and then the explanation of Soundbreak. So that was really quick, 2 days.
So do you write for the script?
Oh, I write it. Actually, my first ever documentary, I didn't write. Like, I was just talking randomly. And na-realize ko, mas tumagal lang siya. Kasi pag nagtutalk ka randomly, tumatagal lang kasi nga nakakalimutan mo yung topic. Yeah. So I started writing. So when I did Soundbreak, the first episode, I tried to write, and it made my job a lot easier. So it's more, you know, and smoother, less mistakes. So the writing process of Soundbreak took around maybe 5 hours. Matagal din, but after the writing part is the one I despise the most. I hate it. It's so hard to finish writing. But after writing, masaya na ako niyan kasi pag editing part na, ayun, yun yung na-enjoy ko. So yeah, let's just say around 1 week per video for me.
Ay, ang galing.
Ang galing nga. Kasi ang daming edits nung episode. There were multiple times when we were watching your documentary, we were just like, wow, grabe.
Grabe, ang galing.
Effort nung edit ni Casual Chuck. Kasi ang daming mga clips and like
VFX, ang gaganda ng mga transitions. Ano yun sa'yo?
Mga
B-roll?
Yeah, ang daming B-rolls from SB19. So I'm sure you had to look up each and every single video in that. I feel like kailangan malawak din yung knowledge mo from the group because you have to know which clip to choose from.
That's right. There's no shortcut there.
This question comes from a fan, si JQ. How do you conceptualize your SB19 video? Do you have like a trilogy in mind and then you release each episode, or theme-based? JQ has been a fan since day one, since Wat and Mapa era pa raw.
Oh, appreciate that. JQ, shout out to you. Thank you so much for supporting. It's more about, it's theme based. If you noticed it, guys, I first think about a title and I think about subtopics that is related to the title. Yeah. So if you notice the Aspen episodes, there's like short titles, and
Yes.
most of the time the topics I talk about there are connected to that title. I always make sure to put topics that are directly or at least related man lang sa title, so that people get what they are expecting from it, so that they won't click away from the video. So yeah, it's more about theme based, and as of this point, I'm running out of themes because I think I've talked about everything already about SB19, but there's always something to talk about, of course. So let's see.
Just to add, I feel like I agree with the thought of running out of ideas, because I think yung documentary mo, it's how do you say it ba? Parang Bible for the
encyclopedia.
Yeah, for the 18 community.
Totoo.
Because when we were starting our channel, syempre we didn't know a lot about SB19. And a lot of people were suggesting your documentaries to get to know the boys. And it really is, no? It really does give you a full look, a detailed look at what and who SB19 is.
Even after one video, you feel like you know them already.
True, no?
That's how
Also
great.
in episode 2,
And the episode 2 na nakakainis.
as a gay person.
Thank you so much.
Ang ganda talaga. So, the idea that you have in mind for the theme, do you sit on it on a week?
Depends. It depends. There's a feeling thing, right? Sometimes an idea just comes in and you just have to write it down somewhere, and if that idea makes sense for a video, then I will use that idea. Sometimes there's this idea na I have a list actually of things that I'm planning to do, right? That I think might be interesting for most people. So, ayun, it's like may listahan ako, tapos I will pick from them.
Okay.
Pero minsan din, may maiisip ako ngayon, tapos, gagawin ko na agad to. So, yeah, there's not a constant thing. It's very unpredictable when it comes to content creation talaga, kasi it's all about ideas eh.
Yeah. That I asked that because we really needed that advice. But what's your advice for someone who wants to start content?
My advice is to just start making content. Don't stress too much on the possibility of getting rejected, the possibility of failing, because if you don't try, you will not have a chance, pretty much. Like if you don't try, that's 0%. If you try and there's a failure 50%, at least you got a shot at it, right? So if you want to start content creation, do it now with what you have. Even if it's crappy gear, just, try to get yourself out there. And you might not be the best at first, but you will get better after every video.
Yeah.
Ika nga ni Pablo, hindi man ako, ko naman na, di naman ako magaling.
Oo nga.
Sabi niya.
Yes.
Kakawatch lang namin kanina nung
So now, what's your advice for someone who's doing content creation? Meaning, what's your advice for someone who's doing content creation right now?
I don't think I'm qualified to give advice to people.
No, you have 100k subs. You're more than qualified.
Be prepared. I guess be prepared for criticisms. It will come, especially if you are gonna start gaining traction, you will have detractors. It is something that you will not be able to control. Don't stress about controlling it. Like, don't worry about people not liking your content. Focus on the people who loves it. I was a victim of that feeling before. I thought so hard, so many sleepless nights about why can't all of them like my videos, right? But the fact is, no one. You cannot please everybody, right?
Agreed.
So be prepared for rejection. It's normal. When you put yourself out there, you will be judged. So yeah, it is what it is. Just if you love content creation, go for it and keep going. and focus on the people who support you. I'm sure you have a fan base already. You have a following already. So that's good. I hear a lot from you guys, from my viewers. Yeah, they really like you, and that's a good sign, right? So just keep doing what you're doing,
Thank you, Uncle.
Thank you, Uncle Chat.
For
That means
advice.
a lot. That was off script. Pero thank you so much for that advice. We really needed that. Now,
Actually, no.
Back-
So, back to our question.
Have you been getting some negative? Like, do you have some detractors?
ano naman, few. But
Medyo.
we're scared.
There are a few, but not as much as you, for sure.
Oo.
Pero yeah, parang we,
Wala
hindi natin minamind.
Delete.
Delete ko.
Yeah, it's your channel. You got the power. Yeah, block them forever. I got so many blocked viewers on my channel.
So, Uncle Chuck, is there pressure? Because like what we've said before, you have 123 subscribers and counting, and a lot of people that are looking up to you. Is there pressure when you're doing content?
I feel that. I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely pressure. Like some viewers would say, Chuck, it's been a while since you dropped a documentary. Ano nangyari? Is your fanboying wavering? Are you not a fan anymore? I feel that, but I don't try to be too hard on myself anymore. I learned to chill. I learned to, take it easy. When I think Pablo said this, you cannot rush art, right?
Yes.
If you rush it, nothing good will come out. So I learned to take my time and make sure that every time I drop something, it's meaningful. So yeah, there is pressure, definitely. The pressure of fans turning on me if I do something bad,
Yes.
because nowadays social media,
Sobrang
if you do something wrong,
Yeah.
right, they will forget every good thing that you've done.
Agreed.
And that might stick for the rest of your career. It might destroy you, right? So yeah, that's the type of pressure that I feel right now. That's why I've been very careful with
Yes.
things I say, things I do, videos I've released. I've experienced people not liking some videos of mine, and I've learned from those. And I admit that I have made some mistakes too. And but yes, the pressure is real. But one thing I can say is just use that pressure to be able to create better content.
So this question comes from a fan. It's Batsiba Place. You've mentioned before that you feel pressure whenever you plan to release a new episode because you wanted to outdo your previous content. How do you handle paano mo hihigitan ang sagad na?
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, the way SB19 inspires me a lot. That is 100%. They have done such an impact with my life that they have made me a much better person, That's why I would always be thankful of them. SB19 inspired me to be better at what I do. So, I think nakuha ko rin yun sa kanila. I always try my best to outdo the things I make. Sometimes I even feel like when I released a video, it's not good enough. But when it gets dropped, people would say, oh, this is your best yet. And I was like, huh? Really? I was not happy. So, parang na-adapt ko na ng konti yung ugali ni Pablo na nothing is enough.
Yeah.
Like, he always wants better. And I think ganun na rin ako. And I think it's a blessing, but a little bit of a curse too. Kasi nga pressure. But yeah, I always do my best to release a better one each time.
Do you look at views and how does that affect you?
It affects me big time. Look, I will say something and I think this might make you laugh or you might relate to it. Every time I release a video, you know what I do? I take a look at my YouTube studio and refresh it a lot.
Yung analytics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? See?
Yes, tawa.
I
Relate.
know you. So,
It's so
ayoko
true.
namang maging plastic.
Yeah.
So,
For sure, a lot of content creator will care for the views because it's how they will earn it from YouTube. So,
yes.
just keeping it real.
Yun, isa pa yun. Mga ibang bashers ko nagsasabi, Chuck, si Chuck mukhang pera, ganito, ganyan, nag-YouTube lang yung for the views. Oo naman, for the views naman talaga. What's the point?
Yeah, that's the whole point of YouTube.
Exactly, right? I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like, it's all about the money, but yes, it's all about the money, but if it is something that you love, then
Agree.
So
Ayun.
you've mentioned that you've had bashers or like haters in the past, even until now, I would say.
every day.
Yeah, so how do you handle all of those negativity online?
I just before I try to handle them actually, but my answer to that is you don't handle them. Just ignore them. Of course, there are times na there's no way of avoiding such criticisms, right? And I always read them and I try to think na, okay, ito sabi niya, maybe there's really something wrong with what I'm doing. So I just try to step back and take a look at my content and maybe I can learn something from their comment. Kasi nga, if you try to set aside emotion, right, you will be able to realize na yung comment na yun is, you will be able to differentiate if it is a troll comment na panginis lang or a comment that actually cares. Kasi nga, if it's a comment from someone who cares, then it's something about your content to make it better.
Yes.
Yung iba, yung nangiinis lang is, ang pangit mo, nakasar lang, yun yung deserve na i-ignore. So, we have to learn to be able to distinguish the difference ng mga negative comments.
Agree, no?
So,
Kasi I feel like it's, if you give them the time of day, I feel like it gives them power if you let them affect you. So
True.
we have another fan question, Uncle Chuck. It's from @shypasaway. She says, what's your message for the haters?
Just keep doing what you're doing. Without you guys, life is boring.
True.
More views for the
It's-
video.
It's free promotion. Like, if you hate me, hate on me on social media. When you hate on me, people will get curious. Why do this? No, why is this Chuck Nobody having having haters? Right? Let's check him out. See, and then they will realize now, I'm actually cool. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Then they become a subscriber. So yeah, keep on hating, guys. Free promotion.
There's a quote that says, if they don't hate you, you're doing something wrong. So it means
True.
that when a person hates you, they secretly love you.
Ay,
Ganon.
No, because what kind of person, parang bibigyan ka ng time of day para lang
Type ng comment.
na-type mong comment,
Yeah.
tapos hate comment lang. So, it's so weird.
Yeah. So your last SB19 documentary talked about being kind. How do you think being kind is important, especially online?
Wow, that's a really good question. It's matters a lot to be kind in social media, guys, because being kind can be very impactful. You can save someone's life. If you are kind, if you keep yourself being kind to people, you will be able to avoid making a negative impact on other people's lives, Kasi nga, there are people out there who goes through a lot of things na they are really lugmok na lugmok. And isang kalabit na lang, if you're not kind, that's it. They're gonna just off themselves, right? So it's very, very important to be kind because not only you're making the people around you happy, you're also saving lives, It's very, very important. And it's easy to be kind, guys. I mean, it's easy and at the same time it's not. It depends on the situation, but it's better to be kind than not. Because it takes effort to not be kind, diba?
Agree.
Does it ever affect the hate you receive? Does it ever affect your mental health when you receive so much negative criticism?
Before it did, there were, a couple of nights in a row na wala akong tulog. So, yeah, it affected me. But nowadays, it does not anymore. I've learned how to deflect it. But it did affect me back then. But not anymore.
Have you ever met a hater in real life? In real life?
Oh, yes. I have.
Really?
I have met... Mhm.
That
You know what they do? You know what they do?
What did
They shut up. They avoid you. You know, they don't talk to you. I mean, napakaingay nila sa social media, and when you are around, they will just shut up and try to peace out. So happened to me many times in concerts. I'm just there. I know them. And
How did you know they're a hater?
because they post a lot.
I
Those
see,
guys are
okay.
famous people.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh.
So there are, famous people in the 18 community who vocally despises me. Medyo tahimik na sila ngayon.
Yeah.
But I've met them many times in concerts. Didn't really technically meet them, like said hi and everything. I didn't really. But I was there, like, and mamalapit. I was expecting for them na, oh, Casual Chuck, you suck. Wala, tahimik naman pala eh. Hindi naman pala ano eh. Maingay lang kayo sa
Online.
board. But, in person, they just shut up. They're scared.
That's a very, especially when hearing your story. Thank you for opening up. Kasi, like, when we started, parang, when we started gaining traction, lalo na sa 18 community, like, we have received so much love. But, maka-receive lang kami ng 1 to 2 hate comment. So, parang 100 fresh tomatoes, malagyan na ng isang parang rotten tomato. Na, alam mo yun, may spoil na siya. So, comforting to hear how you overcame that. Especially, ikaw mag-isa ka lang and we have a support system dalawa. So, it's so comforting to hear the words from Mr. Casual
Nice.
Chuck with 123,000 subscribers.
No.
So you mentioned that you always go to concerts and events and whatnot. So how does it feel kapag ka ng concert and people recognize you?
It feels humbling and it feels surreal. It feels like it's not true. Kasi nga kakaiba. Every time I go to concerts, dami nang papapictures. Nahiya, sino ba ako?
You
Diba?
feel like a celebrity.
Diba? I still don't feel like one. I don't want to feel like one. It's weird. Nahihiya ako like sa mga security guard, like ano nangyari dito? but ayun nga, I just feel humbled and thankful as well, kasi nga the videos that I made that are actually just passion projects, man. I'm not even a professional. I'm just a guy who likes making videos, and this is reaching people and are being appreciated by a lot of people
Around the world.
around the world, right? So that was the goal. That was just wishful thinking. Like me, I try my best to make my videos in English so that it will reach a wider audience. And I'm just so happy that it worked. At first, when I dropped my first SB19 documentary, a lot of people like hated it. Like especially some 18 sa Twitter, like, people are like, "Who is this Chuck? This is not your story to tell." That is their line. It's not your story to tell. You don't have a right to tell the story of SB19. So my point was that I was only basing on public information, information that are available to the public. And a lot of people, journalists, even for informal journalists are doing that. So why can't I? Right? So what's up with the gatekeeping? So I kept on doing it. And I'm glad I did because, people appreciated it. So, ayun. I'm just so happy. But I'm not saying na I am the sole reason why SB19 are getting fans. I'm just a fraction. Like maybe I'm just 3% lang siguro yung impact, diba? But I'm glad that I'm making an impact, right? And dati, if I was being bashed, I was like, naawa ko sa sarili ko. Like, sorry na. Ngayon, medyo pumapalag na ako. Kasi nga, pag binabash nila ako, I would say na, okay, binabash nyo ako, at least ako may impact. Ikaw, what have you done for SB?
That's true.
Why are you here? Why are you bashing your co-18?
Have Wansi reached out to you for you to make the documentary?
Oh,
You're so qualified.
no.
Hindi pa.
No. And also, I'd rather not. I mean, this it's a touchy topic. There's paano ba to? Not a lot of people, I mean, not everybody supports me in the fandom. Let's just say I'm polarizing, right? There's a lot of people that really love me, my content and my videos, and there are people who really hates my content, the way I do things, right? So if Onesie does that, it's not a smart move. It's gonna divide the fans. They're better off letting me doing what I'm better off, in my opinion. Okay na ako dito. I can say whatever I want to say. I got freedom. Nobody's bossing me around. And yeah, I'm super happy with my situation right now.
This is really new news. This is really new to us na grabe pala yung like your polarized character, because for us, kami mga bagong tao. Mga bagong tao, we really look up you, like you were so loved for your documentary. So, I think at the end of the day,
It's a surprise for us because just to share lang din, we're multimedia arts students. So we're film students. So we take a huge interest talaga in watching online content and documentaries. And then when this content was suggested to us, we were really surprised at how well the documentaries were made, because it really felt like parang documentary. That's why we really wanted. Oo nga, as in,
have you watched?
You might be better than me, God. You might be even better than me. I mean, if you...
Hindi naman.
I doubt.
it.
Because I feel like there's different types of content, and YouTube is something that's very new to us. Parang yung YouTube way of storytelling, parang it's still new to us. That's why we really look up to that type of content na you keep the interest of the audience. Kasi may style sa YouTube na dapat every second counts. Gets na parang
That's right.
dapat every part of the video it feels interesting, because once the interest is lost with the viewers, parang skip na, next na agad, ganyan. As a film kasi, you have the time to really stretch out a scene, ganyan.
Yeah.
That's why, at least for me, it's really interesting for me to see the difference between quality film documentaries and quality YouTube documentaries, because I really love watching documentaries from YouTube as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am a very big fan of movies and film too. So, I guess siguro yung passion ko sa film nagkagamit din doon. But I don't know, like I just love watching movies. What's your favorite movie?
What's your favorite movie? At the top of my head.
I always have an answer. I don't know if you know it, The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
That's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Pakita
that's
mo.
one of my...
Ay, ito pala. Ito si Sir Casual. Nandito siya.
Nice.
Ay, dito.
Kita niya tayo dito. Ayun.
Yeah.
Perfect.
How about you, sir?
It's hard to name. How about Matt? You haven't answered
I'm
my
thinking
question.
pa nga eh. Kaya nga.
It's a hard question.
Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, it's a tough question. It's hard to say a favorite movie. There's a lot of good movies, right? So, on top of my head, I really like Inception. Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's
The Dream Within the Dream. I like those type of movies.
Ay.
Movies that make you think, you know.
Christopher Nolan, no? Yung mga
Yeah.
films.
Okay,
Circling
cool.
back.
Circling back, we really think that you're qualified like Sir Chuck, but we accept your decision not to take the SB90 documentaries. But we have a question from a fan. Pages. This question comes from Pages. She says, "Hi dearies, I am very curious if Uncle Chuck received feedback or reactions from SB19 themselves regarding the content of his docuseries. And you met them before, right? So can you tell us the story about that? Thank you very much."
When it comes to meeting, I didn't really meet them, like have a conversation with them. Not really like that. So it's more of like, oh, I watch you, I recognize you. Josh was like that to me. And
this is in Singapore?
No, way back. And nung sa Singapore naman, everybody recognized me. Everybody recognized me in Singapore. Way back, 2022, I went to their merch store, and it just so happened they were there. Yeah, Josh recognized me, and Justin was like, "Oh, what's up?" So, yun lang naman. Yun lang naman. It's just we didn't really have a conversation, right? So, not a direct interaction pa talaga. I mean, I'm not hoping for that to happen. I'm not really asking for anything. You know, if it happens, it happens, you know. I'm not really like someone, notice me, blah blah blah. I'm not like that. Contento na ako sa where I am. And my birthday 2 years ago, Justin sent me a message. So yeah, kinilig ako doon. He sent me a video.
Video greeting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Celos.
He was like, I can.
Jack, ayun po, enjoy your day and more contents to come. Ayun po, mag-enjoy kayo ngayong birthday nyo and mag-iingat kayo palagi, alagaan nyo ang sarili nyo and ayun po.
Yeah, I love them guys. I'm a fan.
Oh my gosh. I ko na lang yung pangalan mo, Sir Chuck.
Matt.
Gawin kong Matt. Oh my gosh,
But
that's so
yeah.
sweet.
It's just in
It's
your
really, umiyak ako noon. Natanggap ko yun. Yeah.
Justin is your bias po, no?
Yes. Justin is my bias too.
Yeah,
bias
that's-
tayo.
Multimedia, arts,
Yeah.
artistic.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was like, more content to come. Keep the content coming.
cool.
So what does that mean? So that means he watches my videos.
He has
I am.
approval.
It's Justin approved.
Yes.
Amazing. Ang galing.
Oh my gosh, that's the dream.
Yeah. Actually, no, our dream.
Yeah.
We interviewed
I'm
them.
sure it's about what.
Yeah.
Lalo na mga Pinoy reactors, konti lang tayo. So I'm sure, I'm actually pretty sure
Thank
na
you
nakita
for
na nila
saying
kayo.
that.
So
Yeah, it means a lot.
especially Stel, even Justin. So
Yeah.
yeah. How did you guys have access on those big wigs?
Chat lang din. Chat lang
Really?
din, swear.
Wait,
Oo.
you must have
I can
some
send you
sort of
screenshot.
connections.
Yung kay Tanya Gomez, friend
Ito
namin.
yung kay Jay.
Yung kay Jay
Oh,
Durias,
diba? Oh.
nag-ano kami, email blast. Like,
A lot of
message
artists.
blast. A lot of artists. Yang Constantino. I don't know if you know
Oh.
Jungi Marcelo. Ano siya? Basta mga songwriter, ganyan. And then, we stumbled upon Jay Durias. Tapos marami silang mga OPM artists. Tapos si Jay Durias, nag-reply sa messenger. Nakakagulat. Sabi ni Jay Durias, okay, this sounds cool. And then, keep in touch with my manager. Tapos si Miss Tanya naman, incidentally, nag-audition siya dun sa short film na part kami ng production. Tapos nung after na matapos, sabi namin, ay baka pwede mapasok si Miss Tanya, baka interested siya na mag-interview. So chinat din namin yung manager niya. So ayun, puro DM lang sa Facebook.
And luck, siguro.
And love.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, so that's our
So
plan.
that's
Cool.
our plan.
Manifesting SB19.
Tsaka yung interviews, naisip namin pala siya, Uncle Chuck. Kasi parang, di ba pag nagre-react ka lang, parang dami mo naisip, ay, ang galing naman ito, paano niya naisip yun? So, like sa mga documentaries din. So, we wanted to ask them the questions that we have on mind. Parang sa inyo po, yung mga questions din na, yung ganun nga yung about God din sa content creation para sa inspire kami. So, yeah, that's why we started. Thank
I
you
really
po.
like how you're doing it though. I really like it because you research about the person you're interviewing, and that is, respect right there. I have been interviewed by people, and some, unfortunately, some of them, they just interview me. Like, I mean, they didn't really prepare much. And when I interview someone, I do the same exact thing. I research them.
Yeah.
I make sure that I know a little bit about them, so that I
Yes.
know what to ask them, because I respect people I interview a lot. It feels good na ganyan kayo sa akin. Kinikilig ako. Salamat.
Kami din po.
Sir Chuck, you've been receiving a lot of love from people and you have 123,000 subscribers. But do your kids know that their dad does content and is famous? Like a lot of people ask to take picture and girl fanboy over you. Are they aware of that?
No!
Ah.
I mean, no to the fact na may nagpa-fanboy sa akin. I don't think so. I'm just a fan. Like,
Okay.
parang I think yung vibe ng channel ko is like, if you want a fan girl or fanboy with someone, that's me. I don't think there are really real fans of me na would go fanboy over me. I don't think so. And my kids, it's a question, my kids, they know. They know. And sometimes there was a time na nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, there was a time na they thought I was one of the SB19 members. It's like, no, I'm not. So, delikado yan. Wag kayong ganyan. Wag kayong delulu. But they know that I make content. They pretty much sometimes watch me on our TV.
That's nice. That's sweet.
And they would say, "Why do you sound so perfect on TV, Daddy?" Kasi hindi naman ako ganun magsalita. I don't really talk like that in person with them. But yeah, they know, but I don't really think I'm famous. Sometimes people would recognize me, but it's not that crazy. I'm fine.
Have you ever, parang nasama yung kids mo or wife at an SB19 concert?
My kids know because they have a severe motion sickness when they travel. They will puke all over the car. So until now they have not conquered it yet. But my wife, I was able to bring her once in an SB19 concert, Dunkin concert. So it was nice. May mga konting napapicture din.
Ano reaction ng wife mo, Miss Sir Chuck?
Tawa lang siya sa gilid. So I'm so thankful lang talaga sa SB19 kasi I have so many friends na naging friends ko that wouldn't be my friends if I didn't encounter SB19, like really good people. So I'm just so thankful na nagkaroon ako ng mga amazing friends dahil sa SB. I didn't know na may mga ganong tao pala na sobrang babait and sobrang tatalino and professionals. I'm used to not having a lot of friends. Again, introvert ako. Pero dahil sa SB, dumami kaibigan.
It really does feel like a community, no? With 18.
It does.
Parang lahat friend. So, additional question. Just curious, what was your craziest experience with the fan? Like, may naka-recognize sa'yo, ano yung pinaka-funny mo na encounter? Ganon. If meron.
Yeah. It's okay. There was this fan actually sa Singapore. When I went to Singapore, there's an elderly couple that recognized me. A lot actually Singapore yung pinakamarami nakakilala sa akin talaga. I was so shocked.
Filipino or Singaporeans?
They look Filipino and they speak in Tagalog. Yeah, basta Filipino. Maybe they're living in Singapore, right? But a lot of people really recognize me in Singapore. Ang iba siya sa pag pumupunta ako sa Araneta. Mayroon, pero hindi kaano. Pero Singapore talaga parang pinagkaguluhan. So, anyway, there's this couple who approached me and said na pag pumanaw daw sila, ipapamana nila sa akin yung lupa nila. And I was like, huh? No! And I was like, no, I don't know how to. Sabi ko, hindi ko alam sasabihin niyo dyan. Just find a relative, and I really appreciate you that you support SB19. That's my goal, to get more people get to know SB19. So, ayun, dinaan ko na lang sa biro, and then pinatawag ko lang sila na SB19 kasi nga they were covered in SB19 merch. From top to bottom, naka SB19 merch talaga. And they're in their 70s, right?
Cute.
So, yeah, ang saya lang. And I was like, oh, what the heck? That's crazy, bro.
Grabe, willing na i-give yung land.
Sa lahat.
Right?
And it's siguro ganon na mas marami Singapore because dito sa Pilipinas, they really watch SB, mga OFW natin, they really watch SB19 content para to feel at home in the Philippines. And seeing you there sa Singapore, you must have felt like a celebrity for them. Ka-level mo na yung CU Twins sa pagiging heartthrob. Ang ganun lang.
Yeah.
Grabe. Binuhat lang ako ng mga yun, to be honest with you. Kasi nandun din sila, magkasama kami doon. So, ayun, siguro isa din yun sa mga dahilan. Kasi nga, may kasama kong Korean opas. They're Chinese, by the way. So.
Nakita nga namin, nahiya kaming lumapit.
Oo nga, nung simula at
Bababa.
Kaya nga, nakita namin
Next time I'll hook you up.
We can't talk in English.
Baka bigla kaming mag-Mandarin.
Mag-buffer.
Mag-Mandarin. Anyway, so if your kids are watching you or watching this video and the future. And I hope the world is as kind and the digital space is as kind as we hope as it would be.
So what's your message, Uncle Chuck, to your kids?
Well, if you're watching now, then wow, that caught me off guard. What a question. Everything that I do is for you. I wouldn't have any purpose in life without you. I love you so much. Whatever you want to do in life, I'm always going to be here to support you. I'm always going to be your daddy, and you will always be my two beautiful babies. I love you. Yeah.
Nakakatat. Wala, yun yung naisip naming ending kasi parang naisip namin like, yun nga, na tayo lahat, binibigyan tayo ng tips, binibigyan tayo ng mga donations, and it warms my heart na parang, ayun nga, now we're doing this kasi kami wala naman kami mga anak, and you, Mr. Casual, you're doing this for your children. So every time you turn on, you do this for them. So nararamdaman din namin thank you.
Thank you.
Enter.
No, thank you. I was really surprised and honored to have been invited here. Again, I don't feel like I deserve it. I'm just another fan like you guys, but I really appreciate you. If you don't realize, I'm also low-key a fan of you guys. I like the way you do your reactions. It's thoughtful and there's effort. There's a lot of other creators who are just half-baked and just doesn't put any effort in what they do, and I don't like it. And what you guys do is something I appreciate. So thank you for this. Yan lang. Keep doing what you're doing. I really appreciate you. And I hope to meet you guys.
So, sir, how do we address you? Because we usually call
Uncle
you
Chuck.
Uncle Chuck.
Kuya Chuck, Sir
Casual.
Chuck.
Kuya Chuck na lang kasi I'm sure I'm much older than you guys. How old are you?
25.
Very, very young. My goodness. I'm already 36. So, yes.
Ano
Wow.
Kuya Did?
Ka-age ng friend.
Meron po kaming isa pang BFF.
Nice.
Parang hindi naman siya 36.
So, Kuya Chuck, do you have anything to plug? Any last message for the people viewing or watching this video?
And for your pamangkins, your fandom.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hello, Pamankins. Thank you for watching this interview. Thank you for giving some love to the two gay BFFs. I really like how they handled this interview. And for you guys, mga pamangkin, thank you so much for staying with me since day one. We've been through so many ups and downs, and yet you stayed with me through thick and thin. I really appreciate that. You mean so much to me. You're the main reason why I keep doing this, guys. And I'm here to stay. Okay, I'm not going away anywhere. I love you all. Keep on supporting SB19. That's the main goal. I hope they get the break that they deserve. They're big now, but I do believe that they can get even bigger.
Yeah.
So let's keep on supporting them, and let's keep on supporting each other. Spread positivity, y'all.
Yeah. Bongga, Miss Universe. Ayun. So that was our interview with the one and only fan of a fan.
The ultimate fan
Wow.
of SB19.
Kuya? Let's call him Kuya na.
Okay.
Kuya Casual Chuck.
So what did you guys think of this video? Do you have any more questions for Casual Chuck? Tell us in the comment section down below.
Hindi. Sige, kakat ka. Kasi hindi pa to ang last ng 2K BFFs X Casual Chuck. So, leave your comments down below.
Leave your comments down below.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. At huwag kalimutang
Mag-subscribe sa channel ko.
wow, bongga!
Let's go.
Hindi ko kaya yan, boy. Hindi ako si Pablo. Hey! Sorry. Isa pa. Natamaan ko yung mic ko. Hey guys, my name is Casual Chuck, and I'm here at the 2Gay BFFs channel, and I'm gonna guess the SB19 music video. I'm pretty confident, but I think some might throw me off, so if this exposes me as a fake fan, so be it. This is the Freedom music video. Hold on. This is Bulad.